I think there were a few times where, like, I thought my heart was gonna explode. And I'd go on these, like, huge cocaine binges, and then I would be coming down. I'd be like, all right, I'm going back to rehab. And then I would, like, call my mom and be like, okay, I'm ready. And then nothing would come out. I would just go back to Fayetteville and not go to rehab. And that happened a lot, where I would call my mom at, like, 5 a.m., like, having a panic attack. And I even checked myself into the psych ward. And then I got there, and I was like, I'm not suicidal, let me go. So
You take about the world?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got nothing good to say about it, so.
I was almost like scared to see you because I wanted so bad for it to be like we said it would be on the phone. And I wanted so bad for it to just be the way it used to be that I like couldn't like actually do it.
I felt like you didn't care anymore. And that was really hard. Nobody fucking wants it. And I didn't understand that you were... I don't think I understood that you were hurt or that I did anything wrong.
We are on our way to the farm for the first ever photo shoot. Official.
I was looking for happiness. And I thought that I would find that through drugs and alcohol. And that didn't go, like, went against what you wanted, maybe. And I think I let my ego get to me, the best of me, and I started feeling like I was better than everyone.
I think we probably both had something like that.
So I got really resentful, and then we didn't create as much, and I would start. I became very toxic to some extent, right? When I met you, I felt like I was so lonely before that. You know, like, I don't have any friends. And I had just gotten out of rehab for the first time.
That was the first time?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have any shoes. I'm not modeling, by the way.
The first day we met, we went to your house, and I remember looking around your room and just thinking, wow, this is like a person who thinks like me, and I want to know everything about him.
I didn't have any friends that that our relationship wasn't based around music.
Look at these pants that Gidgie made. They're so good.
So I met you, and I was like, okay. I can hang out with Gidgie, and it doesn't have to be about using, because that's not what you did.
I was skipping school to come over and sew, and we were having all these fittings with models and test shoots and stuff, and it just felt so important at the exact moment that I think we both needed something to feel important.
I feel like I could hang out with you and have fun without using drugs. I've never experienced that, ever, up until that point.
I'm with an agency up in
for a while, I feel like I pretended like we were kind of frozen in time. Like this like world that we were building would just continue to exist. Honestly, I think I had this thought of like maybe we were prodigies or something, and we were gonna become really successful and I wouldn't have to go off to college at all. But I was applying to college when we met, and then I got accepted, and we just never really talked about it. I think there were a lot of things that we were pretending about. But I also think we were just like, we were living so aggressively in the moment, in the present. And that's something I've never experienced outside of that fall with you.
Yeah, because I remember I didn't think it was a problem for you. And I feel like whenever we would talk about it, you would be like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, I would act really cool about it.
yeah, exactly. And then and then I told you about Ava, like me and Ava smoking weed.
Yeah.
And then you told Hannah, and I was pissed. And so that was like my first, like, oh my God, wait. It's not, she doesn't think it's cool. She's not cool with it. And also, like, you wanted me to be completely sober, and I couldn't go anywhere completely sober.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything completely sober. I was never completely sober. So I was working at McDonald's, and I was smoking meth and snorting meth in the McDonald's bathroom at work. And then
Holy shit.
and like staying up for days, just going around like the countryside of Tennessee, smoking meth, and like hanging around people with like guns and shooting guns. And I don't know, it was just a really dark time for me, and I felt like I'd lost my best friend. I went to rehab and we talked all the time, and I thought that everything was going to go back to normal. And we were going to pick up right where we left off. And I had all these expectations of like, we're going to hang out all the time. And then
I felt like there was nothing I could do, you know? Like I felt like I had this feeling that initially when we grew apart, it was my fault. And I was the reason that you went back to drugs. And I just would like tell myself like constantly, like I thought about it every day, and I would just tell myself like, I'm the reason that like my best friend is gonna die. Like it's my fault. I should have been there for him and I wasn't there for him. And now he's not okay. And I was just so scared.